Hi everyone, this is Shamin, Chief Digital Marketing Officer at Sky Digital Agency. Recently, I actually taught a program, a digital marketing bootcamp, and some students actually reached out to me for a more detailed feedback because they are exploring a career change and happy to give feedback. And I just want to let you know that this project is very well done. I would say that I think, if I'm not wrong, I gave the project 95 or 100 mark out of 100. So my point of view is really from a marketer's point of view, it might be really challenging, I would say. So I just want to put it out there that this project was very well done, and I am just giving feedback just because the participant has requested for it. All right, so if you do something like that, I think it would wow the company already. So if you have questions about what my feedback is, I'm going to break the feedback up into a few parts because it's quite a big project and very detailed that the participant has done. So well done, Tianyi. Okay, I must say that out of a lot of projects that I've seen, yours is the top 3 that have been submitted in the 5 cohorts that I've been teaching in this bootcamp. So thank you for making it very easy for me to grade as well. So the project capstone is, the idea behind it is to pick a company out on proposing, all right, something. Of course, you don't need to go so detailed. I think this is like already like in the marketing team, but you can go detailed to build your portfolio. So if you are really exploring a career change, some of these frameworks that are already done in the project, you can consider using the framework and the idea behind it to kind of build your portfolios out for different companies that you are trying to apply to. So say, for example, I'm trying to get into F&B industry. I would look for like Food Panda, GrabPay, and some other F&B like Chope and everything. And I would try to propose this, all right, put it together, or rather I wouldn't propose it, but I would put it as a capstone together to kind of put it on my LinkedIn, on my website, to help people know that these are, case study proposals of, from my point of view as a marketer. I would like to share with you. Okay, if you have any questions, drop a comment below. But usually what I encourage people to consider is doing an audit. Okay, which actually Chenny did it quite interestingly in her style. What are customers? Customer persona is something to help us as marketers to anchor our marketing messages to. So imagine if you don't have a customer persona, who are you really marketing to, right? Because if you think about Facebook, Instagram, it's very targeted. You can choose like, oh, I want to target like entrepreneurs, say, are interested in Shopify, Wix, right? Because when they set up the website, a high chance they are business owners, right? If they want to set it up on their own. Because agencies usually develop websites through like WordPress and things like that. So there must be an angle of why this are the group of customer personas you're reaching out to. So if I say that I'm reaching out to entrepreneurs, what are the motivations, what are the pain points? So she has came out with 3 personas, but I just want to anchor back just to one, just not to confuse us. So Caden, what's his interest, what's his goals, challenges, right? Her monthly income, what's his disposable income. So what is important in a customer persona, if you're really rolling this out, is to identify and interview them. And a lot of Singaporeans, I don't know whether they really tell you or they over or understate how much they earn, but you want to also ask them how much they spend, right? What's their disposable income on this kind of things. For me, I honestly seldom order online, or, I'm always looking out for discounts, but am I loyal to a certain platform like just FavePay? Not exactly. If a particular store that I want to eat at has ShopBack Pay, I will use ShopBack Pay. So ask yourself, what is the key focus here in terms of Fave, and who are the audiences? How is Fave really helping these audiences who are out there looking for a good deal, whether it's a massage, a workshop, a facial deal, a food deal, steamboat, right? Or anything F&B. Jaslyn and Shirley were other personas that she came up with. I would suggest that the customer personas should kind of be different, but you need to interview about 100 to kind of validate your data to see whether what you are saying are their goals and challenges are valid or not. Okay, and then I will change this, or I will use these details that I found out from my 100 interviews of customer personas that fall between the range of Shirley's age and income. And I would validate through interviews. You probably need to kind of incentivize them to join you in your interview sessions or fill up the Google form or something like that. But I know like startups today, app-based fintech businesses today, they actually have a B2B angle. Like even Foodpanda has a B2B angle to provide their employees, or sorry, not Foodpanda's employees, but to provide a corporate employee with say a $20 per day lunch allowance, right? I know a lot of US companies do this a lot. I have friends who have such good benefits as well. Okay, now let's go into customer's journey. So in terms of customer journey, not only knowing what you do on social media or digital marketing falls under awareness, consideration, and decision, you must understand what you're going to prioritize, because to do everything, you probably need a budget of like 50, 100K a month. So let's say we state that this is our budget. With 10, 20,000 a month, this is what we're going to do. We're going to prioritize doing social media ads and search engine ads, or we're going to prioritize working with brand and influencers. And these are the influencers I've shortlisted. And these are 3 influencers I shortlisted and why, right? And when you shortlist certain influencers, you need certain tools to give you certain insights on the demographics. I might have said this before in some of my workshops, and that is that you might look at influencer follower and this influencer has 1 million followers, but it doesn't mean that this 1 million followers are all Singaporeans or all in the demographic of who you're trying to reach out. So you need tools, and I have videos about it. If you are interested, I think I will drop a link in the description below, or you can just DM me for the link. I already have it on my YouTube channel. We had a video call with Affable, and they introduced us to their backend and their tool. So if you're interested, Affable is one tool that you might want to consider using to kind of at least pull out a basic demographic of who is following this particular influencer, at least their age and where they're from, their demographic, their location, their country, right? A buyer journey, a customer journey will be anchored back to the customer persona. But like I mentioned to you, these customer personas are something we made up of, but you're supposed to validate it through interviews, right? Okay, so besides anchoring my customer journey back to Caden or Shirley or Jaslyn, right? I would also use AIDA to help me on that. So I would say that, you know, Caden, how am I going to help him be aware of faith? How will I help him to be interested, to have that desire to not only download but come back? Is there a reward system? Is there a loyalty system? Say a leaderboard of $100, $200 a month. They will have, say, something to redeem. Can I think about gamifying this for this particular customer persona? You might think there's a lot of effort, but really that's what helps your customers remember you as a business, especially like we have so many apps on our phone. You definitely need certain triggers to help people to remember you. What I would also do is in my proposal, if I'm actually doing it, if I'm working for Faith, I would say for this particular customer persona, Caden or Shirley, I would say that these are the posts that I'm designing to walk them through awareness, interest, desire, and action, right? Or awareness, consideration, and decision, which is a simplified version of a marketing framework. It's something called a customer journey or buyer journey that has been around for a long time. And AIDA is another framework that I like to use because it helps us to dive deeper where when we talk about desire, we talk about interest and desire, different angle of our marketing message or our marketing content that we're going to put out. Okay, so think back to the motivations, the pain points that you talk about. The pain points should be reflected in the social media posts as well. The challenges, the motivations as well. Instagram stories, I think is more to engage. So I would think back to my customer persona, what kind of Instagram stories I would create on a weekly basis to stay engaged with them. Smart goals, I usually use it in another way. I think there's nothing wrong in the way that it's being used here. So there were 2 things that I encourage participants to think about. One of them was compulsion, a growth plan and an engagement plan. So there were 2 plans that I asked participants to think about. Using SMART goal is good, but you must at least define your goal first. So if your goal is to have 5 comments on every post, what is it falling back on, right? Because if I were to pull back here and there are 16 comments, then my goal should not be 5 comments per post. So if I were to take out, say, my 8-10 most recent posts, and I realize that the comments is 0, then that's when I put a SMART goal out and I say that my engagement plan is to have 5 comments. And how am I going to do it? I am going to reply to comment. And what are some examples of my reply? Because right here in item 2, Tian actually did something called an audit. Okay, so this entire slide I consider an audit. What was done well, what was not done so well, what could have been done. So I will propose it as well. So it's been 15 weeks and there's no reply, right? It's always good to draw a reply. Even if you think that spam and these people are not going to reply you, but it's good as a business to think about how you will respond. So think of some possible reply templates you can use, but try not to template it until like people look at it and then like 4 comments, 4 replies are all the same replies. So that's what I would be doing. Don't need to list out like so many things here. I would just list out one, and then I would say that we should continue to collaborate. And currently we are collaborating with 1 influencer every month. Maybe we should increase it to 2 influencers every month to get engagements going. But if let's say your current engagements are getting engagements of comments only, but not driving conversions, then you might not want to keep doing a collaboration function. All right. And maybe it's also to switch up with the influencers that you work with. Some brands, the problem is, I don't know why, when they work with a certain influencer, celebrity or micro influencer or macro influencer, and it really doesn't work already, but they continue to renew just because, I don't know, the bosses like the influencer or something, right? So you must be very objective. It can't just be because you like this influencer and then you continue working with them. Sometimes it's hard, I know. if your bosses are the one who likes working with the influencer. Okay, I mean, it has happened before. I've worked with companies and I see them repeatedly working with the same celebrities and influencers when they don't do like social listening or try to reach out to a new demographic with a new collaboration. Hot trending topics, it's okay, but be very specific and make suggestions of what kind with social listening, with the tools that we teach you, whether it's based on Google Trends, following hashtags. Maybe if Faith has a competitor, I would look at that as well. When we have a goal, we want to ask ourselves, is this one goal that we have, 5 comments on average? Is it specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound? What's the time? So I would say that 5 comments, 6 months is a very comfortable time. It's definitely quite possible just by item 3, right? Asking for opinions, which is already something that Faith does, right? Where should we go try next? There's no comment, so I will rethink about how I can get a comment. So that's the growth plan. I would say that following hashtags or using hashtags to get more engagements is more like a different research altogether to do an audit of your current hashtags with the highest engagements. Currently, only paid tools give you this data. Certain hashtags, for example, for us, content strategy, hashtag content strategy gives us a little bit more engagements. There are certain posts with higher likes, higher engagements, but you must keep something similar, which is the time of posting. So if I posted it on Sunday and I get a lot of engagements, and then I post another post on Thursday and I don't get a lot of engagements, it's not a very accurate comparison. So usually I'll look at hashtag engagement rates, and if the hashtag has high engagement rates, it means that people are following that hashtag as well. Another way to research is that you look at the content on the hashtag and you see what kind of posts are being posted into the hashtag. If there's a lot of things that you're not interested in, that will not be a high engagement hashtag. 1, 2, and 3 very strong points for an audit and a suggestion to a company that you are working with, whether it's Fave, Grab, Gojek, Food Panda, right? What else? Deliveroo. Okay. Number 4 is a bit of a very tricky topic to talk about. Possible to try, always good to try. Be flexible, be open, also be realistic, right, about it. So there was another goal, and this one I like it better. Reason because it's tagged to current followers of 17,000 to 25.5K, and end of 2023 is a whole almost an entire year. It's possible, but you break it down. I think this is like 8,500 over 12 months, right? So you divide it out and see whether it's possible. It's quite a big goal, to be very honest. They took a bit of time to reach 17,000. So whether this is attainable is a question mark. I would use paid tools So let's say I'm proposing 8,500 divided by 12 months, all right? So if you do like 8,500 divided by 12 is 708 followers a month. Okay, let's say you have 12 months. So I'm going to go back to this tool called Not Just Analytics, and I'm going to type in Faith SG, and I'm going to ask them to analyze what is their current growth rate. Okay, currently that data is still given to you for free. I'm not sure when they will take it away because they have been removing quite a few things here and there over the years, but it is a tool that is still free. You can get a little bit of data out if you are just trying to get the hang of it. So engagement rate, whether 5 comments and things like that, right? You want to actually go by engagement rate so that this tool can give you a report. So if currently it's 0.73%, maybe go by percentage. Like I would like to increase it to 1.5 or 2% or 3% within 6 months. Month on month, they have here 30th December to 30th January, month on month, there's 0 followers. You need to find tools to help you understand what is the growth rate. So if the growth rate reflects here as 30, then the question is whether or not this goal, 708, what am I going to do from 30 followers a month to 708, 8,500 in a year, which is the goal that you have set up in your capstone. Okay, so that's the logic behind SMART goals. Okay, check it out, play around with it, see whether you can come up with something. And of course, if you have questions, just let me know, and happy to clarify. Good goal, but my question is it attainable? What are you specifically going to do? What is the current growth rate? So if the current growth rate is 0, I wouldn't set such a big goal. If the current growth rate is 0, I'll probably do like 30 a month. 30 times 12 is about 360 in a year. All right, but maybe I'll do like 30 a month for the first 3 to 4 months, and then I'll move the goal up a little bit more. So usually the initial 3 to 4 months is a very difficult initial to move the growth. Giveaways is fine, but memes and everything, it really depends on whether you currently have data on how it's doing. Some clients are able to identify, they have the insights, they look at the insights, there are certain type of posts that give them a lot of followers, then it's fine to repeat it. If you realize that you create a meme and nobody is actually responding, following, saving, sharing, or engaging, the engagement rate is low, then I wouldn't really do a meme. All right, so you can see here when they talk about 23 likes, when they do a meme, it's 19 likes. Actually, engagement has dropped. I would filter out all the memes that I've done, say once a month, and I will look at the engagements, whether it is something that, you know. And I will also do a bit of social listening. I will ask my audience through an IG story, would you like to see more memes for us or no? So I would stop my part 1 feedback right here. I hope that you have taken away certain things important about customer journey, your customer persona, AIDA framework for your content strategy, your social media posts, and also your engagement and growth plan. Any questions, feel free to drop a comment below. Happy to clarify, and I hope that this feedback has been helpful for you. And stay tuned for the second part, which I'm going to feedback on the rest of the capstone project that was submitted. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you at my next video.